episode. I'm gonna debut this new intro for us. I was literally live on Instagram, and I thought I was live. I forgot to click the live button over here. So this will be the first time ever that you all will be seeing this intro for Two Man and a Lady.
Ow! But I hit the electric slide on that joint, baby.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
Slide to the left and slide to the right. Crisscross on that thing.
I really like the show, and I said, oh, we need an intro, you know, and I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and it's gonna be better because I want to do some more work to it. But this way it goes. Like when I get cash apps and super chats, we put it back into the platform. This stuff is expensive. These people charge a lot of money. These designers, graphic designers, they cost money, and we ain't got it like that. I ain't like my pastor, Dr. Larry Reed, yet. Okay.
Work is honest and it pays the bills.
Yes.
Right.
I want to let everybody know I did go pick up Will Smith's book, Will. And let me tell you, the first couple of pages it's a teardropper. So make sure you all get it so I can review each chapter. But we're gonna start with this first topic, and I'm gonna give it to you, Katie, about Stevie J and Faith Evans. Did that shock you that they announced that they have divorced, and of course Faith abused Stevie J because she was arrested for domestic violence, and they got married in a hotel room, and the family was like caught off guard that they even announced they were married. So how did that make you feel that down there heading for a divorce court?
Wow. I was just thinking, like, when they first got married, like, wow, the hotel room ceremony, you know, it just sounded like they were probably caught up in the moment of intimacy. And they was like, you know, let's get married, you know. But I can say when it first, you know, took off, I was looking like, wow, Stevie finally found someone to tame his wild ways. So yeah, I was like really surprised that he got married, especially that was his first marriage at that age. You know, you kind of upper in age and you're stuck in your ways. But I was just thinking, as soon as I heard about the domestic violence situation, I was like, wow, this sounds a little toxic. So I'm not really surprised that the divorce happened. A player is gonna play.
Ow!
That's what they do.
Go ahead, Conscious. Just shocked you. How did that make you feel here in the news?
I am kind of shocked, but not probably in the way that most people would think. With this domestic abuse situation, hey, Faith Evans beats up the men and Stevie J beats up the pussies. So at least we got two beaters in a relationship together. Now, this is cokehead love. So what I am surprised about is how long it didn't last, because usually when you get two people who love them some Christina Aguilera, honey, when they love to toot that Christina, baby, usually them be the longest. Usually them folk die together, baby. They die high and together as one and enter into the glory. So I'm surprised and shook that this thing did not last to the end. But you know what? And this just goes to the level of irrationale that people with alleged substance abuse endures, because I want to know, what exactly was Faith Evans expecting? This man has not held down a successful relationship on the camera or off the camera, and you decided to go try to turn a hoe into a whole house husband. So I can't feel sorry for nobody who watched the player play Jocelyn, play Miss Mimi, play Benzino, Just playing, baby. Hey, Miss Jocelyn told us on season 2, 3, 4, 5 that Miss Stevie J had all type of juicy booty holes all up in his phone, all up in his gallery section of his iPhone. That he had all type of puss and all type of holes up in there. So, you know, when the wrong type of nigga is made that clear to you and you still go put a ring on it, were you surprised you had to whip his ass a few times? Were you surprised that he had to? I mean, I don't know what Miss Faith expecting. So I would love if we could get, if somebody could tag Faith Evans and ask her to call in tonight, because I want to ask her what was her psychology, because I want to analyze and evaluate Miss Evans' attitude. Now, it's one thing when you don't know that nigga trifling. It's another thing when Mona Scott Young makes it her business to lay out Stevie J's truth over 6 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I mean, give up the ghost. I'm just trying to figure it out.
And I want to say this though. I want to add on to that. When they got married in the hotel room, I knew it wasn't gonna last. It was rushed. They probably got high in the hotel allegedly and said, "Oh, baby, let's get married." And my only question is, whatever money is left of Faith Evans, was it a prenup? Because Stevie J filed for divorce, and he put Jocelyn through hell. She wasn't this dominant person that she is now with this new guy she's with. She went through a lot with Stevie J, and he probably cheated on Faith and probably wants some different type of woman. And I know the family, you know how you have that family that don't want y'all get married because they know it's not gonna work and they say it. So I want to know how that family is feeling right now that Stevie J is embarrassed Faith by divorcing her. I want to know where is Faith Evans' family is feeling right now. And if she is on drugs, which I think they are, both of them look like they are extremely on coke. I hope that they go to rehab and get it done, because Faith, when she performed at DMX Rental, when her kids was up there off key, I knew that the woman was on crack. I said she have to be on some type of substance to sit there and sing off key with her kids. Something is going on in that household. That's what I believe. So I'm not shocked at all. This is why I don't rush to get married. You got to know what you're doing when you walk down the aisle, because if you can get all the stuff that you're getting for free, why try to rush down and get married? I'm not going to do that. And then, especially when I got money to protect, I'm going to make sure you sign a prenup. Honestly, I'm just going to make sure you do that. Now, in this second topic that we're going to transition to, what was the player's name, the football player that was arrested, that he ran over something, he hit somebody and killed the woman? I think he played for the NFL team. I didn't catch his name, but
I'm about to catch it now.
Okay. And I was like, oh my gosh, like these football players are like crazy. You making all that money and you don't have a driver? Like, come on.
Yeah, especially when you know you're gonna be drinking. People know when they're gonna go out and drink.
Yes. But here
It's Henry Ruggs III.
Henry. Let's talk about Mr. Henry. What in the world was she thinking to get behind the wheel and to hit and kill somebody? That's why when I'm going to drink from my birthday, I'm not going to drive behind the wheel. But in Dallas, it's a lot of DUIs here in Dallas. These girls don't care. They drink, they get sloppy drunk, and they get behind the wheel. How did that make you feel hearing this case? Do you think that he should be in jail? Do you think that he should have lost his job for the NFL? Or do you think the NFL overreacted?
I think he should be in jail, because the fact that you're not only under the influence, but you're driving 120 some miles an hour, and then you hit her on the impact of 100 and some miles an hour. You were reckless. What you did was stupid, and you should lose your job. You should lose your job. Those people can't bring their family member back. He should lose his job and get convicted to the fullest extent of the law.
I believe. I think he need to be right in the jail cell next to Alex Baldwin, because that person is gone too. And when I saw it, I said he need to be up there with Alex Baldwin in an orange jumpsuit. I need to make a whole collage of all the people that need to be in jail for the crimes that they committed and stuff like that. And I'm shocked that he's still out. But anyhow, and he's not the only one. Remember that TikTok star? I think not TikTok, bingo person. It was a person that's on bingo. He was racing and hit this woman. She fell down like the expressway, and she is like severely hurt right now. And and I forgot I don't know if that was Mother Tay. It was a person that's really popular on bingo in the community, was racing on the expressway and hit somebody. So this is sad.
Now you know that that's sad when you can't even count on the Lord to keep you safe walking down the street to get a single Newport from the Chevron without getting knocked down the damn interstate exit. That's why I stay my ass in my house and order everything here.
Yeah.
That's what I do. Now that situation was completely it's messed up in both directions, but the details around this case are absolutely horrific. There's literally footage of the aftermath of this accident, and witnesses are reporting that this woman was still conscious when they were trying to rescue her from the wreckage, and they could hear her screaming in a burning flame. Her and her dog were trapped in the vehicle, and there was nothing that they could do to save this woman. And you could see Henry and his girlfriend on the side. He was obviously in a straight panic, rocking back and forth, like just emotionally distressed. I don't think that everything should be handled with. I know this is something that Henry did not expect. This was not intentional, but it was reckless. It was immature. It was just irresponsible. And so a proper penalty is absolutely due. Henry has to be held 110% responsible for this accident. And I just don't even know, though, what type of... I don't even know, though, how to even make something like this right, because this family has to live with the fact of knowing that their loved one last moments on this earth were completely horrific. And I just don't know how you live with seeing that footage. And just, I mean, I don't even know this woman, but knowing the way she died and seeing the actual car on the interstate engulfed in flames was almost traumatizing to me. I can only imagine if this was my actual loved one, and I bear witness to all of that. And of course, for Henry, he's going to lose his career. He's already been kicked off his team of the Raiders, who have a lot of stuff going on with their players. I don't know whether somebody fucked some bad pussy, because there's like a bad puss curse on the Raiders right now. It's like a lot of things going on. I don't know, but they all smashed the same trifling heifer, and just all her heiferness is just eclipsing over everybody, just knocking all the teammates out. That's what I be telling men, okay? This like bad dick will screw you up.
Oh, I swear.
For a lifetime, baby, bad puss. It ain't no curse like it, baby.
I honestly,
you sure right, Conscious. Have you guys ever been with a person whose spirit just wasn't right?
Yes.
And it seemed like when you get with this person, you start getting like intimate with them, their spirit kind of gets on you, and it seemed like nothing in your life can go right. I see exactly what you're saying.
Call Ghostbusters, baby. I call Ghostbusters every time, baby. Come up in here and get this up off me, baby. Lift this thing.
And I don't feel sorry for these players because they make a lot of money. You make millions of dollars. Like, I don't feel sorry for Kaepernick because he took a knee and now he want to play football again. But you took a knee. You should have took a knee at home. You know, honestly, in my humble opinion, make a lot of money. And I'm like, you make millions. So I don't feel sorry for a lot of these players that make multi-million-dollar deals, get in a car or beating their wife. It was one particular football player beat his wife so bad she was bruised. I'm like, what in the world? But you got to understand, football is a contact sport. So you're hitting your head against another person's head or in the ground. And a lot of these people have mental problems because if you keep hitting your brain and keep running over another player and tackling another player, you eventually are going to do some dangerous off the wall things. It's a such thing with the CTE that is real, and we need to realize that when it comes to these football players. Football is a dangerous game to play, and it can mess you up mentally because you're putting all that pressure because God did not design us to be tackling each other down and running to try to get a touchdown. So I personally believe he needs to get his mind checked because something got to be wrong when you get behind the wheel, you're drunk. And especially, and a lot of women deal with domestic violence with these football players. I was looking at it, I'm like, it's a lot of cases that are players that have lost their opportunity or it was suppressed, but they were beating on their wife or their girlfriend because it's a lot that goes on with football. That's why I played for like one little time, but once you tackle me and I hit my head was sore, I said this ain't for me. This ain't for me.
Yeah.
That ain't my dream because I don't want to be 30 some years old and have some type of form of dementia and can't remember my name or angry and upset and then I go to like no. Mm-mm.
Yes, we don't want you to be all in elevators, dragging chicks out the elevator,
Yes,
Wiley. All
right.
in the camera.
A lot of them guys, because you gotta say you keep getting hit like that, it alters your personality. You're not the
Yeah.
same person you was before you play football. When them people do an autopsy and they look at the brain, it's damn, it look like an older person, like 80-some-year-old type of brain that they have. Will Smith actually did a movie and played the doctor that actually did conducted autopsy on players that was committing suicide, that was having these altered personalities, and he said, yeah, it's because of football. And they tried to blackball that doctor. He was from Africa. I forgot the man's name. And Will Smith played. Make sure y'all go and Google that movie. And they tried their best to blackball that doctor because it exposed the danger of the NFL. Yes.
And do you know what infamous case comes to mind when you talk about CTE and all of that? Is the Aaron Hernandez a documentary? Remember that case?
I remember.
And
I remember
and
that.
and Netflix aired the special, and they had like a neuroscientist come in who had did an autopsy on Aaron's brain, and he saw that there was a lot of damage and everything in that frontal lobe or wherever it is. And so when it comes to these football players, they're taking the same blows that boxers are taking to the head. I mean, some of these impacts are completely catastrophic on these players' brains. That's why a lot of them end up on abusing over-the-counter drugs, have a lot of domestic violence disputes, because there's some connection between lower consciousness and that region of the brain. And when that region of the brain is offset, niggas get crazy, niggas get loose, niggas get bisexual. Baby, the gay agenda just be taken off. The niggas just be getting bammed all up in their head like that. So
Right, and you know, I think people forget too, even wrestlers. If y'all remember, Chris Benoit actually killed his wife and his son, and he committed suicide. And when his family did an autopsy on his brain was like completely like it was messed up because one of his moves was jumping off the top of the rope and do a headbutt, and then boom, all that pressure constantly. He went home one day and he killed his son, his young son, and his wife and himself. And one of the reasons was he was taking all them headshots and chair shots in wrestling. So you all have to be very careful, especially parents, if you want to put your kids in those type of environments, because you could really be leaving your child up to be doing some nasty and dangerous things. And I'm just saying,
but you know what, Wiley? I had a man who wanted to commit a suicide, and who I was in a relationship with last year, and he didn't play no football. But I just want to warn ladies and all my versatile men out there that if you got good punani, you got to make sure these men is stable, baby, because you tell them that they can't enter through the golden gates no more, honey. These people be wanting to send you on through the gates and go with you so that they can make sure that they there eternally with that punani. So please, ladies, and all my power bottoms and versatile tops and top versatiles, honey, if you know you got good punani, baby, make sure that you get a IQ test, a Stratus test on that man, get you a background check, honey, because it takes a real good Holy Ghost filled man, okay, to endure separation and withdrawals, baby, from that puss like
That's
that.
true. That is so true.
I agree.
I agree.
Because you are putting somebody going inside you. That's energy. You have to be careful. And also, even to women, be careful what man. If you have a man, all his family is crazy or they're like mentally disturbed or evil, then you have a child you don't recognize because you didn't Google that person's or research that person's family tree. That's why it's important to research that person before you go and be intimate with them.
Yes,
you have to be very cautious because that's real. It's energy. Sex is an energy. It does something. It just because you are becoming one. It's energy on there. It's like a whole psychiatrist will talk about that who your sexual partner is says a lot about you. It does something with the soul tie, and that's how you can tell if your teenage son or daughter is doing it. Their attitude change when they out here getting it in. You can tell, like, and most older folk, they would say you out there feeling yourself, you're smelling yourself, as they
You're
say.
smelling yourself.
You're smelling yourself.
But you know, like where that, but do you know where that come from? Right, there's a lot of data around the fact that when people fall in love, the same region of the brain that activates when a person is in love is the same region of the brain that's activated when a person is on cocaine, a person is on crack, a person is on
Wow.
heroin. And so you gotta, sex happens because of pleasure. You squeezing and tightening and gripping up on that man thing, honey, making him see his ancestors and stuff, realigning him to God and stuff, while you making love to him, baby. All them dopamine levels is spiking. So that man is literally going through withdrawal. That's why these women be out here getting killed in these domestic violence situations, honey. Okay?
And then you also had to, like, this woman. I don't know if you saw this, Katie. Remember this lady? She was like, "You got to be careful letting that man hit the bottom of your."
Yes, I was just talking to somebody about that, about letting a guy hit that certain spot in your uterus, and it can just really drive a woman crazy. It can make her think that she in love with you when she's probably really not.
Hit the bottom of it, said they in love, and then he said, "This is mine, this is yours," and you screaming. That lady was really explaining it, but it's the truth, because you become hypnotized. And it's some men out here that know they hit that good spot, especially these. I read a book, and he said, "Man, I know how to pleasure a woman, so I will always have a place to stay." And he didn't lie. As long as you know how to hit that area right, women will do doubles. I've worked with plenty of women. They man one working, and they up here working doing doubles and triples, and they man got the car, and they waiting at the job, waiting on him, and I have to drop home because they man out here screwing or doing whatever. But you ain't gonna let him go because he got some good premium peen. You can't get you in love. You in love with him. You in love.
I love him. I don't care. I love him.
I just met him last night. I love him.
Hey, Conscious, he only beat me because he loved me.
God, he done put that sunken place dick on me, honey. I'm in love with him, mama. He good people. Period.
I don't know what it is.
I'm telling you, like, with that personality, those will be the people that women have to be very cautious of, that, as well as men, because men can get under control under a woman that's not good for them, and that's why you have to be very cautious. So that's a good point. You're right. So be celibate and really know what you're doing when you want to be out here, because it could control you. Okay. So I want to talk about, now this topic was really sad. Everybody named Mama was talking about it. If you have not heard about Travis Scott and Astro World Festival disaster that happened in Houston, Texas, I believe 8 people have died. Officially, that's the number that they're saying. I know a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old that's in intensive care right now, and fighting for his life, and they're saying his organs is failing because when they was running out of the park, they literally just ran over him, like all these people. And Travis Scott is under investigation, as well as getting civil lawsuits. So I want to bring this to you, Katie. Is Travis Scott the cause of he is the blame? Should he go down criminally, financially, because of the loss of life that happened at his festival?
I most definitely think so. I think he is responsible. And once I seen a lot of the footage when people were in the audience screaming, "Help, help," and you were still chanting, you were still performing. I do understand the motto of Hollywood: the show must go on. Okay, but when people are in the process of losing their life, when people have said people allegedly went up to them with syringes, poking them, and all this kind of chaos is going on, the show should not go on. So most definitely, I think he is responsible. And you sitting there watching a limp body being carried through the crowd, and people are hollering help. You see paramedics going on. You're gonna be like, at least say, "Hold on, what's going on? What's going on? Should I stop the show?" you know, what's going on. I just can't. I can imagine seeing somebody a limp body being carried through and me not doing anything. So he should hold some responsibility.
Facts.
Absolutely.
What do you
You
think?
know what? And not only should Travis Scott be locked up, but I think that they need to pull the reverse Uno card back and rewind the hands of time and pull up that 106 in Park clip when Beyonce and Kelly stampeded over Michelle ass when she had them fell on her neck and they kept on losing their breath, baby. They kept on with their 8 count, baby. They left Michelle there with her eyeball hanging out, with her ankle twisted up, child, with her legs and elbows all broken up, child. Just left Michelle just shattered on the floor like glass, baby. And then ain't no protesting been up, ain't no charges been held against Beyonce. So I think that not only should Travis be held fully accountable, baby, we need to go make Beyonce pay some restitution to Michelle's dignity and ego, baby, because I'm sure it was destroyed after she had to embarrass herself like that and her girls. Ain't Destiny Child had a song called Girls? When they was acting like they loved Michelle.
Oh, and they was
outside,
like, girl, I know
outside,
that
they was on outside that restaurant acting like they love her and stuff, and they left her for dead right on that stage. Girl, you gotta look, them fake Virgos, baby. Don't make the mistake about it, baby. Stay away from the Virgos, sugar. They're two-faced like that. Be all up in your face counseling you, and they leave you right there dead on stage for all to see. But that situation is literally, I've had enough. I've had enough of the world. This world has made me perfectly happy with staying my black ratchet ass in my front yard, my side yard, my backyard, on my front goddamn porch. I don't even want to go pump gas no damn more because I don't know if there's going to be a mob of crazy ass Travis Scott heathens running through the gas station, baby, trying to get a Four Loko and just trample little OCTV over, baby. This world got me traumatized. Travis Scott is absolutely 100% responsible for this. This is his event. He riled this crowd up. There's so much evidence piling up against him, even going back to the 2019 Astro Festival, where he literally had festival goers beating up on security, telling them to injure security. Like, and you know what's so funny is that, I mean, this is extreme irresponsibility because he didn't even consider the fact that there may have been disabled fans in that crowd who could not run like everybody else can, who could not get out of the way like everybody else can. And what were they going to do if you were going to incite a crowd to bum rush the front of the stage? You didn't, and not to mention that the reason why there was a 10-year-old injured is because this is an ageless festival. This festival is ageless, and it says that on the website, on the Astro Festival website. So all ages are welcome. There were people there with their babies in their arms. So I'm honestly surprised that there is only 8 deaths. I'm surprised. I'm surprised that we're not hearing about hundreds of deaths, but I know that there are scores of injuries. And so this lawsuit is going to be really epic. Somebody's brought up a class action lawsuit. I know that Drake has already been hit with a lawsuit, and concert goers and survivors are holding a press conference right now as we talk, giving their grueling account of what took place and how they survived that mob of people pushing them up against barricades, bruising their ribs, breaking their ribs, people passing out, in and out of consciousness, couldn't breathe, didn't have oxygen. I mean, this was a whole rodeo, a whole fucking rodeo.
And I want to say this, even Ben Crump is asking people to send evidence his way because I think he want to represent a couple of the victims, and this is good money for an attorney. Return, their fee is going to get paid, but it's a failure of the city of Houston. I think that the mayor needs to resign. It's a failure of the fire department. They failed this. It's government agencies in place to prevent this from happening. It was just too many people, 50,000 people in a park. The park is not even designed to host so many people. So, and having children there, and it's so sad to hear that why would you want to bring your children where adults are going to be at a concert smoking, drinking, doing all type of stuff at the concert? The fire chief, he came, not the fire chief, the police chief said that he tried to warn Travis Scott about the safety issues. The reason why I think that's a bunch of bullshit, if you tried to warn him, why didn't you stop it and say, man, we ain't gonna be able to do it. We're gonna revoke your permit because this is a safety issue. If I'm the police chief, I have the power with the mayor and we could just revoke your permit. So all of this is just bad. They're just trying to make Travis Scott the only person to blame, but Live Nation is to blame. That's the tour production company. The director is to blame. The security is to blame. It's a lot of people collectively is to blame on this. And just because he's paying for the funeral is not going to get him off from getting a lawsuit. Just because you offering therapy, not gonna get off because people lost their loved ones and people were injured. And one person said it felt like hell because you have imagine with all them people in that park, and then they got fire. That's just heat on top of heat, and body heat is real with 50,000 people, and you're like they was like packed like sardines. That the man said. It was a black guy that was talking about it on TikTok. If y'all want to see more videos and clips, it is all on TikTok. I'm telling you, all type of stuff out there, and I really feel sad for the young people, all the victims that died. Because they didn't have to do this. This was just greed. They should have had a weekend of festivals, have 10,000 on Friday, 20,000, another 10,000 on Saturday. They should have broke it up in days instead of that one particular festival having 50,000. And people were sneaking in. You know what I'm saying? Because they are used to doing it. And Travis Scott said, I want my events to be like WWE. WWE is not a disaster. They actually plan to be a wrestler. They train to be a wrestler. When you have events like that, that's dangerous. Someone will lose their life. I remember one time because I watched a lot of wrestling. They had a real fighter one year. They said, we want the wrestlers to really box. So they did it. They're not trained boxers. One person almost lost their life. Another person got knocked out. They are trained to do wrestling. So with his type of event, it was a person that a couple of years ago jumped off the balcony, and she's paralyzed to this day because he was encouraging people to rage and do all this crazy stuff. That's a spirit. And all those people with drugs, that's why you can't go to every event. You have to know who are you going. Like Travis Scott, that's a concert. It's a lot of young people, a lot of white crazy folks. That's going to be so I'm not going. Now, only concerts I've been to is Tony Braxton. I seen Brandy at the African Fest. She wasn't telling people, let's raise, let's do this. It was real good. It wasn't 50,000 people in the park. It was space and everything else, right? I don't see I really, 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 really think that Travis Scott is overrated. Because I listen to the man music. I can't get into his music. What about y'all? Can you get into Travis Scott?
I think all celebrities are overrated, just as an FYI. And secondly, his song "Antidote" is the shit now. That was my shit whenever it came out. Now I didn't know that I was worshiping Lucifer when I was listening to it, but I was twerking to it, honey. It did get up in my spirits and things. But another element to this case is that there also reportedly was people in the crowd with needles pricking people with fentanyl that was causing people to overdose.
Yeah.
So there was literally hell. This was a hell festival. And and to your point about the production and everybody else who need to be held accountable, ultimately, I still have to give it to Travis because this man is in charge of the influence over his fans. This man is the one who gets to set the tone for what happens. They're abiding by his orders. If he would have been more responsible with his celebrity and with his influence, especially after being arrested back in 2019 for the same thing at this Astro Festival. He was arrested in 2019 for disregarding safety regulations. So there's a pattern here, and obviously Travis Scott, because he's fucking a European pussy, believes that he somehow has white privilege. You're not Marilyn Manson, my nigga. You can't do what Woodstock did. You are a black melanated man existing within a patriarchal white supremacy system. And even though you see your white male counterparts get away with murder, you know damn well your black ass never are going to have that privilege to do that, especially not in this current version of America. So I don't know whether he thinks he's Travis Kardashian or what the tea is and why he thought he was going to be able to be this reckless, but I bet you he's getting a can of whip ass now, and I hope that they sentence him and the Satan and the God that he served straight to the pits of hell. You know, I think a just sentencing would be, I think that we should let Travis Scott off the hook if we lined up 50,000 people and allow them to stampede over his ass, and if he can survive it, I think he should be acquitted.
Yeah, I want to say the Kardashians now they're pulling back. They are cutting him out of scenes on their new show on Hulu. Unfortunately, Travis will be the blame because he's black. You know, they're not going to blame the white man that own Live Nation, right? Which they pretty much control and own Travis Scott. It's just Travis. It's so much. As an attorney, I know they're going to sue Travis, Drake, Live Nation. They're going to sue the city. These are multiple $million payouts that these families is going to get. Even time you have Ben Crump is up there acting y'all to send evidence, you know that man gets big multi-million-dollar paydays. That's the guy that if you get killed by the police, he's knocking at the door saying, where's our settlement at? So he really gets those settlements. Another thing I want to say to Travis, I think that this should be the end of his career. Just like the baby, y'all cancel the baby. I really think that Travis should be canceled because people's lives were lost. I don't think he should have the privilege to perform again ever in his life. I think this should be the end of Travis Scott. And now with these 8 people, he may not get away from it. CNN talking about it, Fox News talking about it because white people died. See, you got to understand, if these were just black folks that died, it would have got like a little footnote and they would have moved on. White young people died at that concert, so a lot of this media attention is going to get more and more and more because of that. And when you see Fox News covering it, you know you in some hot water because they don't want the last time they talked about Travis Scott, but they're bringing this up because this black man was the reason that our sons and our daughter, they already don't like that their sons and daughter are influenced by a black man in the first place. So right now they really want his head. You know, and because a lot of he got more white fans than black fans.
Oh, they're about to Michael Jackson his ass. He about the late 90s Michael Jackson that ass.
Yes.
He might as well he might change his ass name to Travis Jackson, baby. They're about to Michael Jackson that ass, baby. White America about to tear that ass right on. They're about to open that pussy hole deep, good and wide, baby. He'll never be the same when it's all said and done.
Travis Jackson.
Absolutely. I'm definitely going to see it there. So I think y'all wanted the phone lines to be opened up. So I'm going to open up the phone line if y'all want to call in. I know on last night we had opened up the lines and one particular lady said, I'm not blaming Travis Scott. Who cares if Travis Scott, he's not to blame. Things happen in a concert. Michael Jackson had fans and one of the fans fainted and he didn't go to jail. Who I think needs to go down is the fire department.
Why would somebody go to jail for a fan fainting?
Yeah, so that's what that particular caller said last night. I mean, people was covering this all on social media, man. Okay.
Some of your people be taking one too many aspirins, Wiley.
Okay. Yes, I'm telling you, they definitely be calling in. So we got all type of people. When you open the phone line show, you never know who's gonna call in and what they're gonna be saying when it's concerned of this case. But regardless of what it is, he's going down anyway. So if y'all don't think he's going down, y'all got a solid mistake. And that's why he's up there saying, we'll pay for the film.
Maybe they call in with that foolishness, baby. We're going to hang right on up on y'all tonight, baby. That's what's going to happen.
No foolishness tonight.
No, man. Baby. My brain cells ain't ready tonight.
That just said you're going to hang up. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I will do it. All right.
Bright Star keeps spelling my name CTG. Bright Star is CTV, baby. I'm not Charlamagne the Goddess, baby. I'm Conscious TV.
Ooh, okay. There we go. I think it's working because I know yesterday I had to do this like twice to see what's gonna boot up. Sometimes Blog Talk Radio.
Your show now. Press 1.
Well, you don't be paying your bill.
Show is start in 35 seconds.
Sometimes the system be like crazy.
That payment be like 24 hours a little late.
No, honestly, it'd be their system because we pay them every month. Blog Talk. I've been with them for years. They always had a little issue.
The card to be just a little bit declined, babe.
No, if it's declined, you won't even be able to. I don't even think log in, to be honest. Okay.
Your show will go live in
Can we
5
just set
seconds.
one
4,
premise for this call-in
3,
line?
2, 1.
Can we request that everybody at least have a high school diploma who gonna call in?
Or a GED.
At least a GED.
Some of these people be having college degrees and they still be
A hooked on phonics certificate, something.
Okay, I think we have 2 callers here. So let's 9582 call you on air.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say I kind of feel sorry for Travis. I feel like people are saying the Kardashians are witches, and he had to sacrifice his fans for Kylie and the baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I heard.
Oh, I heard that too. That was a sacrifice. I did hear that it was a sacrifice.
I don't know. I still like it, but at the same time, if it is, that's what happened, and he knew that was wrong, he's gonna get what he deserves.
I heard that. All right. Well, we thank you so much for calling in.
Okay, bye.
All right. Everybody keeps.
I want her to put the bottle in the baby's mouth, caller. It got to go in the baby's mouth, sugar.
5686. You live with 2 man and a lady. How you doing?
Hello, this is Queen Tulsa. How are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Hi.
Awesome. You know what? Let me just say this. Travis Scott really. I'm for the stampede. Let's let 50,000 people trample over him. But my thing is, anybody that deal with the Kardashians, they always get some type of bad luck. If you look at any of the guys, where are they now? What are they doing? But look where they were when the Kardashians first got with them. They were popping. They're not popping no more. It's just something with that family. Mm-hmm. The whole sticking people with needles in the crowd, that is sick. And it's disturbing. And to know that people and children, have suffered and lost their lives is horrible. It's like, what is this world coming to?
Can I ask you a question, caller?
Oh, sure.
Do you think that the parents should be held liable as well? Do you think that they should bear some responsibility, especially since some of the deaths were of people under the age of 18?
Absolutely. I feel like your child should not be out of your sight until they're 18. You know what I'm saying? Once they turn 18, then they're grown. They go by themselves. But yeah, it's a concert, drugs are being done. I mean, listen to the music. But that's just irresponsible parenting. Everybody want to give their child a phone. Facebook is raising your children. YouTube, Instagram is raising your children.
I feel you. Yes, I do believe
so
the parents.
Take a step back and start the parenting. We need that old school parenting back. Like, seriously, we need that one-on-one. I mean, this world is so chaotic right now. Really, the world just needs, prayer.
What these kids need is a house phone that got the long phone cord on it that they can drag all the way down the hallway into their rooms, honey. Get these kids a house phone with free 3-way calling and star 69 feature.
And it needs to be another phone in the room too, where you can pick up and eavesdrop on their conversation.
Period. These cell phones gotta go.
And listen. What you do is just to put them in the modern world. Just get them the light up phone, honey. They don't know nothing about that. They'll think that it's okay.
That part.
If y'all laughing, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're not, baby, you're too young.
Yeah.
But thank you all for having me.
Thank you.
2 men and a lady and Wiley. I appreciate you all.
Thank
you. Have a great show tonight.
All right, love
you. Love you.
Bye-bye. Okay, 5347, call you on the air.
Hello, how are y'all doing?
Doing good.
Wonderful. How are you?
Hey.
I'm doing fine. First, before I get into the topic, Conscious TV, Fupa is arguing currently right now with Auntie Hammy. Just want to let you know that.
Are you serious? You for real?
And she going in.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you for that intel.
Okay. Okay. Now, as far as Travis Scott, he was the master of the ceremony. When I say that, he was the MC. When they were saying help, he said, I hear somebody want us to stop. And he kept on going. Okay? He is a the rage artist or something like that. So his music set the tone before the concert even started. Okay? Now, as far as parents allowing their children to be there, the 9-year-old boy was with his dad. Everybody on this panel will know you can raise your child to the best of your ability, and they still can do stuff that they want to do.
That's true.
Thank God my children did not, they don't like Travis Scott, but they're human. They're going to make errors. And you can't still to protect them from everything. Then when they get out here in the world, they're going to go buck wild. You have to what? You have to allow them to know right from wrong on their own. You can raise them all you want to the best you can, but they're going to do what they want to do. You just have to say, okay, now you did this, you have to suffer the consequences. Now, I really believe they're going to find out who there was that was sticking the people with the needle. There was too many phones there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Travis, he knew that this was going. He didn't think. I don't feel like he knew it was going to get to this magnitude where people actually died. But to me, I feel like he is unsincere.
Yeah.
He's looking at it as this is publicity. He probably going to come out with something else. The only person I feel like is really sincere about it is Drake, because he don't want to lose no money.
Right.
That's the only thing that's sincere.
Well, I think
Travis did not look like he cared at all. Because why was your hand all in your face like that? It looked like he was squeezing his eyes trying to make a tear come out. He should have went to Kim and had her give her that goof that she put on her face to make her face cry, make her cry.
Yeah. I personally, like, I want to say to that father that brought his child, like, what was you thinking to bring your child to something like that? You know what I'm saying? And
but then also you got to look at it. That is a father bonding with his son. He didn't think he probably didn't think it was going to be that bad to where he could not protect his son. His son was on his shoulders.
And that's dangerous right there. When they stampede,
that was dangerous. But also, Wiley, I'm a parent. You got to think about it. He didn't think he was going to be like that. And that's noble that a father took his son to a concert.
It is just so. It's really
hindsight is 2020. That he his son is now in intensive care. But think about what that father's going through right now. He put his son in harm's way. Just was trying to take his son out for a concert. They won't listen to him.
Yeah. Well, I agree that, we all were 16, 14. We know that there's only but so much influence and control our parents have. I was shimmying down fire escapes and shit at 15 while my mama thought I was cuddled up in a room with a teddy bear. So you definitely do only have but so much control over your child. But this also is one of the issues with parents. And I know that our parents are of another generation. They were not privy to the internet and all of that. But we live in an information age. I wish this father would have did a little bit of research, because he would have saw that this festival experience wasn't just an isolated event, that this is the style of Travis's Astro Festival events, and that he's been arrested for this type of debauchery at his shows and hiking his shows up. This isn't the first year that people have been injured. This is the first year that people died, but people have been injured in previous Astro World festivals, etc. And he just did a little Google search. I think he would have been better prepared and probably been able to make a more informed decision.
And to piggyback off of that, since these deaths, they went onto the website and took those pictures of the rage and the stampedes and all that stuff from the last concert where people were injured there too, right? Yep. But they I guess they were trying to evade any more publicity, but they did not take it off the Instagram.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's really sad that this happened, and those families are going to sue, and maybe it will be some criminal charges being brought up. We don't know. It's up to the Harris County district attorney to file charges, but we would definitely keep y'all updated on this case, because it looks like every day they're saying something new. I think Drake released a statement last night, which we read, and Travis released his statement. He released actually multiple statements. So yeah, this is just all around sad. I don't think that he should even perform at Coachella next year. I think that, you know, Travis Scott should take a break from music.
Travis Scott might be in jail by this time next year.
Also, Wiley, can I say this, baby? And I promise you, this the honest to God truth. He's gonna blow up even bigger now.
Yeah, that's true. That's kids still gonna love him. that's the truth. And you know, people they have.
I'm sorry to say it.
Oh yeah.
My daughter, I was watching Dr. Reed last night when his daughter was talking about it. But my daughter told me, she said, "Mama, his music." She said it was a couple of them I like. She said, "But Mama, it was just something." She said it just felt funny. She said it wasn't like the regular music. She said it felt funny. Now, my children, we listen to music. When I say music, it whatever the radio stop on, we gonna enjoy it. Okay, and I have white, black, green, and purple in my family. So whatever we listening to it. Now I don't do that Marilyn Manson stuff, but they, you know. So in better words, they're diverse in their music, but that right there stood out to even me, that something was funny with that.
Yeah, because all music is vibration. All vibration is energy. So when we say I'm catching a vibe, that's what we're talking about. Our intuition is discerning and distinguishing what type of energy is in the room. What kind of energy is this? Is it bad energy, negative energy? So if the kids were saying this ish feels funny, that should have been noted. But I think these parents, look, take your children to the virtual concert, baby. It's Beyonce streaming on Netflix. That's what we're going to get in the living room, baby. That's what we're going to do. Get bootylicious down in the living room, baby. We ain't going to see no damn body right now. And you know what? Travis Scott really should have had his stuff together, because he knows that people been stuck up in a pandemic inside their house for 2 years. You know, people already ready to get out and act a plum fool. And then you're going to be with all the ish under these type of circumstances. How could he not have expected a disaster and an apocalypse?
But still, also, y'all, think about what the young man said when his Instagram live that has gone viral, that he was talking about it was some demonic stuff. He said that that Travis, that was like they
90 seconds.
Hell. Okay, well, do y'all really think that the pandemic stopped that? No, because look at it, Texas didn't even abide by the COVID rules or the mandates or the shutdown or something like that, from what I heard, because there were so many kids that didn't even have masks. They didn't even really show vaccine cards. They showed a piece of paper.
60 seconds.
I feel you on that. Thank you so very much, sister, for calling.
And then look.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Wait, one more thing. Look at Florida. Florida, they were a hot spot at one moment. So I don't believe that the pandemic would have shut down anything. He could have had this event anywhere and still get this outcome.
Yeah, that is true. But
I love y'all.
I love you too. But I'm just making a point that people being stuck up in a house and isolated and having a social distance for almost 2 years now exacerbated what is already a chaotic event to begin with, because now people are coming out to get all of that out of them. They're coming out to let loose. They're already coming to get it in. People, when these governors told people you ain't got to wear your mask, you can go out to the apartment, people was acting like they was partying like it was 1999. So Travis knew what he was doing when he incited that level of chaos under these circumstances.
Right. I think if they don't file any charges and nothing legally happened to them, it just open up the door for it to happen again.
All right. So I want to say thank y'all. Another episode, Two Man and a Lady. I want to say this tomorrow. No, Thursday, November 11th. I'll be 31 years old, and I went to the PO box. Y'all have been sending stuff, and so I'm going to open it up on the 11th. So I'm just super excited for that. But thank you all for
my birthday is the 15th, so don't just be sending Wiley shit. My birthday is 4 days after his. Matter of fact, whatever you thinking about sending Wiley, just go ahead and send it to Conscious TV PO Box. Just hit me up in the email and things, baby.
If that's your cash out, I'm not gonna forget about neither one of y'all cash out. And Wiley, I wanted to tell you, Wiley, I'm gonna be in Texas. I'm gonna be in Texas Thanksgiving, like 24th, 25th.
Okay.
26th.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna make sure I contact you. We can go out to eat.
Yeah, we go out to eat.
I'm gonna treat you to the first round of drinks and everything.
Oh yeah, I'll treat you to the second round of drinks. So that's what's gonna be lit. Okay, I'm gonna take a Uber. I might get messed up. But yes. Also, too, people go and get Wilson a book because we are reading this book and I'm gonna review it. So I know a couple people DM me saying they're gonna cop the book today. I got it today, and the cover of this book is just so amazing. Wilson did it, and
what's the name of the book?
The name of it is Will, Will, and he really talks about his father. And I can't wait to break this. I'm just excited. Can't wait to break it down and give a review on each chapter. But I can't wait for us to do a Two Man and a Lady live show, like in person. That would be great.
And a live. What about a live audience?
With a live audience, yeah.
Talk show, baby.
Yeah, that definitely. So we need to look into that for like 2022. And do.
Well, I want you to start selling some peen and stuff, so you can start funding our studio and funding, and you can fund me and Katie's relocation and everything. Okay. Honey, you can pay our rent and stuff, and put us up real nice and stuff, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Have us get a driver to the studio, honey, when it's time to record and things. Yeah,
somebody like The View. Like you have a driver, you have a makeup artist. Production leaders, yeah. That way
I get my makeup professionally done, and they want me thinking
Glam squad on deck.
They want me like, is Katie a tranny? Is Katie a drag queen? So y'all make sure. Make sure y'all can fund my makeup.
Oh wait! Speaking of makeup, what did y'all think about the makeup of Roland Ray and Bobby Lights?
I loved it, especially Bobby Lights makeup. It was beats.
Okay, you think so? He had a lot of fingerprints on them glasses.
Bobby Lights makeup.
He had a lot of fingerprints on them glasses, and that conversation. I'm telling you, go to Zeus. And subscribe and just watch that. And it's just for the love of Chance, another good show.
Chance be wild.
I call it the ghetto. Yeah, it's the ghetto.
Yeah, it's ghetto.
It's the ghetto. No, it is not Zeus. That's the ghetto network. But it's good entertainment because people love ratchetness. So I love ratchetness, and I'm like, oh man, this is good. This is good. So I watched, I'm about to say Mangina. He's in my head. But they brought back Mangina for the love of Chance. It's just a mess. Make sure y'all check it out. And Bobby Lights and Roland Ray conversation is dope. Next week, they are releasing part 2. So it was funny. It was funny, man. I never thought I'd be laughing at somebody in a wheelchair roasting and gagging somebody that can walk up some stairs, and it's entertaining. Like, come on.
Wow. You know what I was thinking, Wiley? What would be a crazy plot twist on Chance? That if he ends up choosing Mangina.
Yeah. They'll be really talking about that. Because look how they talk about the Sydney Star and Darius McCray. They talked about that forever.
But that's why the Mangina is going back, because Mangina knows that this is the era of misfits. This is the era for those who are unique and different, and people are willing to people find those type of people entertaining. My only thing though, I honestly cringe when I see like the Andrew Caldwells, and I cringe when I see the Roden Rays, because I know that people are laughing at them, not with them, and that kind of makes me a little like uncomfortable. But I guess it balances out with the fact that they're owning it and they're taking it for what it is, and they getting a check and they getting a bag, and it's just like, okay, child. I mean, I guess if you're gonna clown, honey, clown on, honey. Court
do it for a check, because and speaking about Andrew, he was on a play. They actually booked him like a couple of years ago to do like a gospel play. So I'm hoping that he does really well, but he got evicted, so I don't know if he's doing that great. And every time he get a job, they always show up to his job and get him fired, because they like, oh my God, I don't like women. They call his job. He never can keep a job. So I don't want to be like that. I want to be a respectable person, but whatever energy you put out, that's the energy that you're going to get. And you put out as being a joke, as being a kiki, as being a laugh. And if you need any information on Andrew, go to the Usher board, because they keep you updated on it. That's how I know.
Or Heathen Central.
Oh, Heathen Central for
shout out to Heathen Central.
William for William.
William McWig.
Andrew Caldwell, and then the preacher. Oh my God, what's the preacher that got caught up with the peen?
Yeah, the one who was on.
No,
I forgot his name.
He just got caught up sucking peen or something like that, and he like, oh, he talks funny.
His sex tape got leaked.
Yeah, he talks real funny. And he was on there preaching, and he had about 600 people in that live with him. He was just beating that tape, but the Lord said he was so drenched in sweat, had to put the top. It was just, I'm like, okay. And he was in there just preaching and sweat just dripping. They said, oh, he probably wants some peen, because he had got caught up with some peen. It's just man, you just see a lot on these internet streets.
Too much. Everybody going to hell, baby. It's only 44 people going to heaven, baby. When heaven come, when the Lord come to this thing, baby. I'm trying to be number 41, honey.
Okay,
that's right.
All right. So, Katie, so how do they get in contact with your channel?
All right. So you guys go over there and hit up Katie Talk 101 for all of the viral commentary, reviews, breaking news stories, and celebrity gossip, all that good stuff. You find it over on Katie Talk 1. Hold on. There it is. Katie Talk 101. Make sure you hit me up, you guys.
Yes, and Conscious.
You see the name, honey. Conscious TV, and that's Conscious with a Z on the end on Instagram and YouTube. I'm actually going live to talk about the Travis Scott debauchery and to break it all down over on my channel. So great show. This was amazing. The call in was cute. For the
it was for the first call in. It's just really, really cute. So we got to pick another day to go live. It's just like anytime we wait to the last minute or go late, it's always end up being a good show.
No, don't even do that to us, honey, because I feel like we mother loving slate every episode, whether we on time, whether we early, whether we an hour and a half late like we is tonight, and was having a whole show behind the stage before we even hit live for 15 minutes, baby. Where baby, no matter what it is, baby, we tear it down when we go live, honey. So
and I post the clips like on Instagram, and I post the clips everywhere, and just to show the people what we're doing. And so yeah, I love coming. This is just refreshing. Just talk to different people.
You know what I love about this panel and what you allow us to do here? You allow us to really be ourselves. I have been on stuffy panels. You gotta be censored, you gotta tone it down. It's like, girl, I'm trying to get into me here. So this was makes it special and fun and amazing, and I love you guys. So
I love you too. And I love the chat. Love y'all, chat. We could not be a show without the chat. Okay.
Yes.
Whether it's y'all out there or 500, we love all of y'all.
Yes, God.
I love the chat. I want to ask you, Katie, are you covering the BBW mess coat that's going on?
Oh, I did a small clip on that. I do have a small clip talking about Angela. So yeah, Angela, the lady on TikTok that started the BBW cult, because what she did was she used to be a BBW and she was dominated by a woman. So it was a thing where she just took advantage of the weak. Because big women, and I'm just being honest, you guys, big women have a reputation of having low self-esteem.
Mm.
Not all, but not all of us have low self-esteem. But these women are up here praying to her. They're harming themselves. They're pulling out their hair. Edge is probably already thin, and they pulling out more of them. Like,
baby, I have to put me a wig on and pull out the strands from the wig, baby. I ain't pulling out none of that, baby. None of that, baby. None of that. But somebody had emailed me. One of my supporters emailed me like a week ago about the BBW. They was giving me all this information, like you should cover this, and I'm like, I'm already covering so much debauchery, child. I'm gonna have to. I can't make no promises, but I look into some stuff. But yeah, I've heard about that. Wow.
Right.
I definitely heard about it. Yeah. Y'all have a wonderful night, and we will see y'all next week with another episode of Two Man and a Lady. Peace.
See y'all later.